Yeah, this is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go!
Time to catch up with our Docker Griffin Logue. Good morning to you, goal-scoring Griffin Logue.
How you going? How are you?
Yeah, wonderful,
Griff.
mate.
Yeah.
Derby
Power
55
forward.
on the weekend. Good to be a part of.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. I think it's Derby 55, but I don't want to pull you up on that. But anyway, yeah, no, very good to be a part of it. Very excited.
He
Did I
said
say
55.
What did you? I thought you said
No, he
54.
said 55.
Yeah, 55.
So, let's go
Oh,
back.
he said,
Let's
I
go
think
back.
we were talking about power forwards, and that might have confused
Oh,
you.
okay,
Yeah,
yes, okay.
It is 55. Yeah.
So, Griff,
Good start by me then.
Yeah, so we're going great.
you got the same hearing as me. The first Derby was in 1995. Griff, how old would have you been then? Were you born? No, you weren't born, were you?
Wouldn't even be a thought back then.
What
I'm
year-
sure you were playing in it.
Yeah.
What year were you born, Griff?
98.
98.
It's not good
It's
hearing
not
that
good.
sort of
It's
stuff,
not
is
good.
it, sometimes?
We've done a lot of stuff by 98.
It's like
a lot of stuff.
You can think about how many times you've been drunk before and then smashed and he's like not even a baby. Anyway, we're so young.
Yeah.
Yeah. Griff, it was a good game last week to get over the hump that was the Western Bulldogs because you previously hadn't been playing too well.
No, you're right. Yeah, we definitely needed it as not only as a confidence booster, but just to convince ourselves that we are in good enough form to possibly push on past the end of the home and away season and guaranteed a spot in finals. So it's all happening. It was exciting to win that one.
Now, Griff, as Fremantle's power forward, as you are, how do you feel when, expert commentator, and I use those words loosely, Kane Corns, comes out and says the Dockers should recruit Josh Kennedy to play next year to lure him out of retirement? How does that make you feel?
Oh, geez, every club should recruit Josh Kennedy. He's kicked 8 goals in his last game.
I know, but turn up, he's on one leg. Like, he's done. He's so done, it's not funny.
No, he's a star anyway. But, obviously, we're lacking a bit of firepower, so it'd be fantastic to get there. I think they're clutching at straws. I think if I'm the only power forward, so he's hasn't he had such a good career, but I don't know if they'd be able to get him out of it. But
No way. There's no way.
I don't know, Griff. I'm confused. You're talking about a lack of firepower, but yet I'm looking at Shaun McManus right now. I can see two guns. I can see two guns ready to go. Two guns ready to go, grab that ball and kick that goal towards the
I don't think
goals.
anyone ever called Shaun a power forward, though.
Possibly through the two major sticks.
Possibly. It's a real...
I don't know. Has there been any talk around the club of that, Griff? Any talk around the club?
There's a few whispers of Shawnee pulling it back on.
Well, I mean, it's just sitting there.
Is this before or after your shoulder gets operated
those.
on in the next few weeks?
I'm just going to have a slide up.
Just sitting there marinating in the studio. So
I can't wait, mate. It's going to be a great moment.
Yeah, you're right. We're marinating the chicken overnight, aren't we?
When they break the glass case in case of emergency and away you go.
Yeah, so my shoulder should be good by then, but the hips will be back. I'll just have the hip replacement. Hey, Griff, it's going to be an interesting game, obviously. Expectations are that you just waltz in and win this one, right? So
100%.
There's no Willie Rioli, there's no Josh Kennedy.
No Tim Kelly.
No Tim Kelly in the
But
middle.
then that's scary, isn't it, when an expectation happens like that? Because then if you don't, it's like, oh my God, how embarrassing.
Yes, true.
Statement.
it's a bit of a different feeling derby. I think that's probably fair enough to say, and certainly one different one that I've been part of. I mean, I've only won my first derby last year. I think, it would have been last year that I won.
Really?
The first time I actually won a derby. Obviously it's nice to have the leg up at the moment. But in saying that, it wouldn't take much to really, for an upset to happen or whatnot. Footy's such a...
it's 6 versus, 17?
Footy's pretty crazy, so sometimes, anything can happen. But so we'll still be preparing to come out firing and play our best footy because I'm sure they'll be doing the same.
Yeah, you got to be hard enough in the mind, otherwise, like Nathan said, it turns out the other way, and my God,
then you're a
hell breaks
laughing stock.
I know, and then what if it's all because of something Griff did wrong?
Yeah, that's right.
How embarrassing.
Imagine the hosing I'll be copping on this next week.
Yeah,
Sure.
I know, it's a great point. It's a
don't
great
worry.
point.
I'll give you both
mate.
barrels.
You've got a lot invested in this match.
They made one.
Troy.
They made,
Desmond Troy.
they made one change with Sam Switkowski coming in the team, so that means that you will be playing in the ruck.
Yeah, probably.
Is there nothing you can't do?
He's tally.
Oh, geez. It's pretty fun in there, to be honest. It's just like a spare midfielder. So
Yeah.
just kind of run around and have a crack a bit. So happy to hold that down. But there's a couple big boys you have to run up against. So
Yeah, but you're
Yeah, but you got the
agile.
hops.
You're agile. You know what I mean? You're a leaper.
yeah,
Can you outleap Nick Nat?
I've got hops, as they say. No way. No,
No.
he's massive and he can jump. So I'll pick and choose me battles. That's
Yeah,
for
right.
sure.
Okay.
How tall are you, Griff?
Geez, I'd like to say 6'3", 6'4".
You'd like to, but what are you actually?
You'd be 6'4".
Yeah,
You'd be,
6'3",
you're
6'4".
taller than me, and I'm
Yeah.
6'3",
So
so
you'd be
you'd be 6'4".
Yeah.
What size feet do you got, Griff?
I was 6'4" and full of muscle, mate. So
Oh, yeah, I go. I'm 6'4", and you're skeleton, so.
you're built like a ghoul, mate.
like Gollum. Am I looking for my precious?
Yeah, you are.
Well, it's almost 6'3.5". We just worked out.
Yeah. Although mine said 6 feet 3.984, so closer to 6.
Yeah, but like,
So
it's
that's
at
weird.
his feet. What size feet are you, Griff?
13.
13. So then add that when he's on his tippy toes.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
And occasionally he gets off the ground.
Because I mean, if anything, we know anything, is he pirouettes around that
He
around
does.
that oval like no
Twinkle
one's
toes.
business. No one's business.
Twinkle Toes Logue. That's what they call him.
Well, we're looking forward to your big performance in the forward line and in the ruck. We'll look forward to that. See if you got the hops in the middle of the ground against
Versatile.
Nick Nat. Whoever else you take on. Hugh Dixon, probably.
Thank you very much, guys. I'll be looking forward to it as well.
All right. everyone.
Don't embarrass yourself, remember, because you've got to face up to us next week.
Of course, I've got to face the music. But
The
yeah.
Derby's
that's
prima
right.
donna.
There he goes. Griffin Logue.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Now, here we go with David Koch, who obviously you see on Sunrise. He's been doing that show for an eternity. Mm-hmm. He is also the president of the Port Adelaide Football Club. And he's one of those guys who doesn't mind the stage and saying some outlandish
He
stuff.
wouldn't use his TV show to push his football agenda, though, would he?
No. Same as we wouldn't have used this station to push the Dockers message. Fremantle Dockers. Purple is the best. Hey, Shaun. Shaun just handed me this.
I would
piece of
never
paper.
say that.
Sean just handed me this.
Like he didn't hand it to me.
Go Dockers go.
I would have rhymed it.
Go.
Go Dockers go.
Just going to say it. Anyway,
A Docker a day keeps the apple away.
Kenny Hinkley. So anyway, Kenny Hinkley is the coach of the Port Adelaide Football Club. They had a less than impressive year, but they always do show signs that they're not far away from turning it around. David Koch said at the start of the week that Ken Hinkley's job and everyone's job in the football department is under review, and he's come out with some really harsh words.
Coaches love it when the press says things like that.
Yeah, so of course everyone starts hounding. The whole week in Adelaide, all the footy shows on the East Coast has all been about Ken Hinkley and he's going to get the arse, including Ken, who had to keep answering these questions at press conference after press conference after press conference. Finally, Koshy came out just yesterday and said, he'll coach in 2023.
Yeah, but how many days?
Left it for 4 days. Oh, how long is he going to coach for? He didn't say that. We're a good call, though, Nate. This is Nick Rewalt with his opinion on AFL 360.
Ken Hinkley must get to the end of the week and think, what did I just endure and for what? So Koshy comes out on Monday saying what he said after the CEO, the footy manager, everyone else in the club has been on the same page. And then we get to 5 days later and he backflips on the statement. He could have said on Monday what he said tonight, but he chose not to. And by omission, he put Ken Hinkley under ridiculous undue pressure this week. It was really poor.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. It's not fair when you do that to people.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And they're the ones
Just
that cop
say
all the
something
questions.
earlier.
Yeah, and he could have jumped in at any stage and kiboshed
That's it. Yeah,
it,
yeah,
and
yeah.
He
He
chose
didn't.
not to,
Yeah,
so
yeah. But
it's
he's
poor
got-
play by
like,
Koshy.
Koshy's busy. He's got a TV show to host.
Yeah, the
Checking
cash
out
cow
inflation.
doesn't milk itself.
Got some stuff happening, Shaun.
That's the cow. That's the cash bull. Sorry, should I say? And finally, Nick Kyrgios. Could he be starting to be one of the world's best players?
He's starting to fulfil his potential, and we're all shook.
I know,
And
but
if he
it's
does that, are we best mates with him? Is he Australia's favourite?
There's two sides to him. There's the a-hole and then there's the guy that we like. I don't like it. It's by Kyrgios. I don't like it, Shaun. I don't want either. I just don't know which one I'm going to get. It's like almost seeing those pictures of Britney Spears. It's like, are you hot or not?
Yeah.
What is this?
It's a good question.
You know what
I mean,
I
he is
don't know where
both
I
things
stand.
at the same time, though, now.
So what is
So now
this?
he's
What is
still an
happening?
a-hole, but he's winning. He's a winning a-hole.
Is he getting less temperamental that he's winning now?
I think it's that he's still he's still firing up. He's still doing all that stuff. He's still being a bit of a dickhead, but he's not letting it affect his game as much as it used to. Because it used to be that when he fired up, he fell apart tennis-wise on
I
the
think
court.
it's more
and
so
he's
what
not.
Sean's saying. When things are going well for him, he's
like,
in a better
whatever.
mode.
He's still spitting the dummy though during matches. That's
but-
still happening. But
Yeah.
but he's managing to pull through the match with his game is still on point. But he's not letting it affect his game. But he is still a dickhead.
I'm glad you're clear on that now. I'm glad you're clear. It'll be interesting to see if he keeps rocketing up, and particularly if he plays well at the US Open.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden he could be...
He's a form
that
player.
flavoured
But
nut.
remember, Leighton Hewitt for a while there, we thought he was a bit of an
Yeah.
a-hole.
Yeah.
And then, suddenly we all just got used to it. That's
Yeah.
what we just got to get
But
used to
by
it.
comparison, Leighton must be just
Yeah.
be going, come on, I never
Yeah.
did anything like that.
Yeah.
Like they used to
Yeah.
call him a brat. It's like, no, he's not even in the same spectrum.
Nah, absolutely.
Extraordinary.
Interesting.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Just a bit of footy to get underway. First of all, shout out to Matt DeBoer, who's a GWS
Oh, yeah.
player. He started his career, Nathan, at the Fremantle Dockers. One of the most genuine humans you'd ever met. He's the type of guy, if you married your daughter, you'd just be like, we have
stoked.
scored here.
Absolutely
Yeah.
stoked, yeah.
And I had no doubt that he would have captained the Dockers if Ross Lyon hadn't decided to move him on in early days. I really do.
So what's happening with him?
He's
He's
retired
retiring.
from playing footy.
Wow.
14 seasons, he's done well.
He's done a really good
Yeah.
job. He's just a pillar of the earth. I can't speak highly enough of that guy. So good luck to Matthew and whatever he does.
I did read, I can't remember her name, and these people were unfairly baking her, but she was a female football commentator, and she was commentating the GWS.
Kelly
thing,
Underwood, I'm guessing.
I think. And then anyway, her mind blanked, and she said, she kept on referring to GWS as the Orange Team.
Are you serious? I didn't hear
like she did it a couple of times, and I'm like, well, everyone's mind blanks, but everyone was just piling on her, saying she should
Also-
quit. And it's like, are you kidding me?
Orange team.
Yeah, Orange Team.
She should quit.
Also, it's on the
orange
scoreboard.
team.
Like, there's a way to find it out.
Orange Team. See, I would get them confused with BWS, the bottom
Sure.
Yeah. To be fair, I'd be
But
all sorts at
Orange
some
Team,
stage.
you can forgive Orange Team, can't you?
No, I
Sometimes.
can't.
Oh, come
Oh,
on, think about the
yeah.
things we say.
Oh, yeah,
we
God.
black out
God,
and stuff all the
imagine
time.
me commentating would be very
Orange
interesting.
Team.
The other one, obviously, that Paddy Cripps, Nat and I were talking off air about it. So he went 4.5 hours at the tribunal last night and finally got off.
There are
the
murder
AFL.
trials that have been quicker than
Yeah,
that.
appeals board. So they said in the end it was an error of law, and it really comes back to Willie Rioli getting off his.
So the precedent was there, yeah.
and the AFL, I'm sure they'd be kicking themselves. Jesus, if we had have got that one, we would have been able.
Yeah.
So wait there, so now you can do what he did?
Well, see, that's the thing, though.
Because, now they've let it through twice.
Yes.
It's hard to deny the third one.
Well, you're right. Once they've let through the first one, that was the issue.
And wasn't the rule put in place for safety?
Yeah, it was absolutely.
So now they've just completely blown their own wool out by their decisions?
100%, and they will have to then stick to their guns next year.
Yes.
The whole way through the season, and this. The president, you won't be able to use these ones from this year.
It'll be a fresh season.
It'll be a fresh season,
right.
and they'll go, this is the way we're going to interpret
Yeah, they will
this year."
tighten up the law,
If you
yeah.
want a head attack, this is the year to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, next 2 weeks. Break it good.
Yeah, and finally, I was just watching a guy called Arnaud Girard, and he's a Frenchman who just broke the record for deep sea diving. Now, he did it just by using his flippers and going down, no weight.
Yeah.
So, they have that line
Yes.
where they follow down
Yes.
120 metres.
That's
So, chuck the
insane.
peg
Far
off.
out.
120
How long was
metres.
he down there for? Do you know?
I think it was about 3.5 minutes.
It's extraordinary.
Might have been a bit further, 3:47 along those
Jeez.
lines. But
God, what is
it
he,
broke
like
the record.
80% lung? That's insane.
It's crazy to think about it. And do you remember?
It's crazy.
It is crazy. It's incredible and crazy. It's
Orange
in crazy.
tea. See?
It's crazy edible.
When all of us have gone to the
Yeah.
local pool
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
that,
Oh,
had
yeah.
those diving contests and seen who can stay underwater or who can go the furthest. And they were good
But
fun.
this is my thing, right, with those deep sea divers, right? So they are going down and they have to train
Yes.
how to hold their breath and
Yes.
stay calm and all that sort of stuff, and then have enough air to come back up.
That's right.
And but imagine you're all the way down and then a shark comes and
Yeah.
you go, "Ah!" And then you're not getting air for 120 metres.
No, I don't even think the sharks can be bothered getting down that line.
Yeah, that's true. They're like, I'm not going down there.
line, there's probably something scarier than sharks.
You're right.
It's pretty amazing.
I think
is
it's the
pretty
carbon
amazing.
dioxide that gets you on the way up. But I
Yeah,
don't think
I don't think you can come back up quickly.
Yeah, I know, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
So what if something down there happens that necessitates a quick...
Here it goes,
a
look at
quick
that.
Just
ascent?
seeing that
We're
he's got
watching
his
it.
eyes closed. Is that he's got his eyes
Oh,
closed?
mate, you're insane.
He's just
You
going.
can't use any energy. You know when you're doing the laps underwater, the key is
Yes.
just always stay relaxed. And
Yeah, I know. Now, imagine, right? So he's right down there, and he's all calm, and then imagine a giant tentacle grabbing him around the waist.
Look at him breathing when he comes back out. He looks like a guppy that's flopped out of water, like just really trying to take as much in as possible.
I know.
It's amazing.
And he made it.
He made it.
He's not dead.
He must inflate his lungs so much that when they're not inflated, they're just like two saggy ball bags.
Yeah.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.